You got a fucking story in you, a perspective, a POV, man. I've worked in convenience stores for years. I ain't never seen anybody make a movie set in a convenience store. And I'm gonna have the characters talk like me and my friends talk and stuff like that. I sang an original fucking song and I didn't know that that's why it would fucking connect. I just didn't know any better. Like I didn't want to do what I'd seen be done before. And also I didn't have the means to do what I'd seen be done before. I couldn't make fucking Star Wars. I didn't have the money. But I had just enough money to be like, all right, what if I just showed them what life's like when you work in a convenience store and how you do anything you can at the job except fucking work to get through the fucking day. So you got a fucking story in you, a perspective, a POV, man. Like this is what I always tell young artists. Your voice is your currency in this life, man. The prism through which you see things, that is uniquely fucking yours. And that voice is fucking valuable because somebody out there is waiting for that fucking currency to spend it on your fucking behalf. They dream about you in this business, man, just like they dream about you in his fucking business. They dream about the person that ain't done the thing that's been done before. They want to see you come through that door. They want to meet the Wachowskis who are like, we got a fucking crazy idea for this movie called The Matrix. They dream about people like you and they've not met you yet. You are their best fucking hope because they've not heard your story yet. Your story hasn't been told. Don't sit there and be like, nobody gives a fuck about my life. Everybody gives a fuck about your life because your life, as uniquely yours as it is, resembles other people's lives. And your job is to speak for those who will never get the opportunity to speak for themselves. We were talking about earlier in the podcast, people play you like an avatar. We're like, you're my guy, man. You're my guy. Like if I was ever going to do it, that's how I'd fucking do it. They look to artists who get their shit out there to speak for them. And you are one of those fucking people who could speak for fucking millions, but you have to be honest and say the fucking thing nobody's ever said before. And you can do it. It doesn't take guts. You have no fucking choice. Your voice is your currency. Spend it like you're a billionaire because that voice will never go away. If you're pretty and young, enjoy it. One day you'll be fucking ugly and fucking old. It all goes away. But your voice only gets more clear the older you get, man. The older you get, it gets more defined. Never changes, it just gets more defined. Your voice is your currency. Spend it like you're a billionaire. That's the best advice I have. Back then, I would have told you all the movies that I hate and here are the reasons why they suck and whatnot. And you would never hear that from me today. You'll never hear me say, what's the point, man? Life is too short. I almost died of a heart attack 6 years ago. And then last year I lost my fucking mind. So broke my heart, broke my fucking brain. Any minute now I can like leave this place. I don't want to spend any fucking seconds going, you know what sucks? Instead, I will spend hours telling you about what I love. That's a better use of my time, your time.
That's healthy.
If you're looking for negativity, like you don't need me, you can find it. Streaming is now mainstream. So people who are telling these offbeat stories on streamers, they are essentially studios at this point. When I started indie film, it was like us outside of Warner Brothers and fucking, 20th Century Fox and Paramount going like, well, they'll never let us play. So just because they won't let us in don't mean I can't do it on my own. The streamers are that now. So if you're out there going like, well, Netflix will never give me a fucking thing. Great. Go do your fucking thing without them. Hang your own fucking shingle. It's time. People are hungry for that. Your perspective, your life, everything you've done is so singular and so unique, yet you live within the human experience. So everybody who's a human being can understand your story, but your story is unique because it's uniquely you and perhaps they've never been in that world. So your voice is your currency. Spend that. Don't worry about a budget for a movie. The thing that you want to spend the most is your voice. That raises you up. That makes you noticeable because people are like, oh, I've never heard that before. If you can say or feel or express something for somebody that they can't do for themselves, you'll work forever. Money doesn't really matter, man. If you got, like one of these, you got a phone, you got a studio in your pocket at this point. Sean Baker proved that with Tangerine years ago. You could shoot a whole ass movie on an iPhone. So really what you got going for you as an independent filmmaker, you don't need means. What you need is a voice. You need to be saying something nobody's ever said before. And the only way to do that is to use your own voice. Quentin didn't want to do Tusk. We were without a Gila point. We were Gilas. And I had my kid went to school with Lily Rose Depp. I had dropped the kid off at their place at one point because they were going to Coachella. And he was like, here's my number. Johnny was like, here's my number. I'm going to take the girls to Coachella. Text me. you know, if there's any issues, you got any questions? I said, I could ask you a question right now. He's like, go ahead. And I was like, can I go to Coachella with you? And he was like, and they left. You know, I was like, who would be good in this role, man? And I was like, Depp would kill this. And he's like, you know what? I'll text him. And so I texted him. I was like, hey, man, it's Harley's dad, because that's who I am in that world. I was like, you know, I know you get this all the time, but like, I got a movie that I think you'd be like perfect for and stuff. And I sent a link to a blog I'd written about it, so there's a description. And I was like, what do you think? And shortly after I sent it, the three bubbles came up. He's, you know, he kind of, his texts are like him, just scarves all over it. And he wrote back like, how delicious. This seems like something I would love to swim around in. Color me intrigued. So he came in and shot with us. Like, we'd done the whole movie except for the Guy Lapointe stuff. And then we did 2 days with him. But, you know, the only thing he was like, just don't credit me. So in the credits, like, we didn't market it. And I remember Scott Mosier, he's like, in a movie that has a Justin Long dressed up in a fucking human walrus chimera suit, the weirdest thing about this movie is that Johnny Depp is also in it.